Hi there, Sean here, and I figured what better way to start this video off than to get straight to the point. So I've decided to talk about a very common topic you hear a lot about, even more so now, recently, and that's being police brutality and aggression. But mostly I want to talk about how people view it, mainly how social media views this topic. You know, we all use social media on a daily basis nowadays, with almost everyone being able to access the internet. I'm going to assume that more than once, even if you just scrolled past or read the title of a post or even seen some pictures about it or videos, but there's been a lot of discussion about recent events where people have been talking and spreading news about how the police have been going to extremes and basically, in a sense, abusing their authority, and especially abusing their authority and going to extremes towards non-white protesters and flat out victimizing and racially profiling them to all sorts of extremes. People who have just been protesting the wrongdoings of the police force were met with violent retaliations to degrees where there was absolutely no need. Like, I found it quite strange that I haven't heard any real news about it. Like, I don't watch news much, but I haven't really heard anything from when I actually watch news. But like, all the things I've heard about were basically from social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, you know, the list goes on. But what shocks me is when I ask someone about a certain topic, like, hey man, did you hear about those crazy riots that are going on in Baltimore? And, you know, the responses I get from people are roughly on the same. Like, yeah, I heard about that on Facebook or Tumblr, Reddit, Twitter, etc. You know, all those social media sites out there. And everyone's given different opinions, but the majority of them were roughly the same. And I saw a whole bunch of posts flying around on Tumblr and Reddit about how there's a whole other side to those riots and stuff, and people sharing videos and photos that weren't publicized. Like, excuse me. Like, I saw a few pictures that weren't aggressive, abusive cops macing and tackling people down to the ground, throwing tear gas at them. No, but what I really saw was, you know, fellow human beings helping each other out, you know, actually protecting people. I saw people giving water to these cops sharing food with the people, and it's just stuff that never really surfaced because, you know, social media and like stuff likes to hype up and emphasize the wrong and the worst possible stuff instead of focusing on the good. Which, you know, it's kind of sad, but there is a lot of good that comes out of these situations, and people would rather hear about the negatives than the good because they find it more interesting to hear and discuss. There's been just so many conflicting arguments left and right about whether the actions of people were just or unjust, if the police's means of retaliation was correct or excessive force. The arguments, you know, they go on and on, thread after thread, showing videos and text posts of people voicing their own opinions. And if you really want to know how I feel about it, I'm conflicted in some sort of the means. It's good to see that the people are banding together and standing up for what is right, but going to the means of burning down buildings and destroying people's businesses and jobs, like, nothing can justify that. When us as a people stand up, we go to extremes that aren't necessary at all. I've seen a post about how a 10-year-old boy got maced whilst in a protest with his mom in Minneapolis, and the boy was saying something along the lines as, at least I got maced and didn't get shot. And he was practically outright begging people not to get mad, not to be angry, because he wanted people to be sad for what happened to him. Like, seriously, at least he didn't get shot. He wanted to protest and stuff, to stay peaceful. Because, you know, it's kind of sad that if you think about it, that our youth knows how crazy we can get. Like, just sit back and think about it. That a 10-year-old wants us to not go to the extremes he knows we are capable of going to, just for the simple fact that he got maced. Well, you know, like, it's crazy, but that's our future, that generation that we're raising of people. Like, we need more people to be like that young boy, to be sane and have a calm mind, and just, you know, think about stuff before doing it, you know, like, just sit back and think, because we take things way out of proportion, and we go to extreme measures, like burning down buildings and throwing and rioting. Like, there's no need for that. If we were just peaceful and just, even if it, you know, turn the other cheek, right? It's just, there's just so much more I can go into on this, but I'd rather not, for the sake that you know, it's just my opinion, and I don't want to start an argument with other people. But, you know, it's just some things to think about, you know, and that's basically all I got. So, my name is Sean, and, you know, if you stuck through this and watched it, thank you. And, you know, just think about it. Like, next time something happens like that, just try to, you know, think with your head, not, you know, not go to some extremes, you know, like, yeah.